Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, by the way, we made it to the pub. Let me know when that gag gets old, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special speaker, Tiana Islam. Give her a big hand, guys. Come on, give her a big hand.
First of all, can I start by saying, why is this called a far-right movement? When did protecting our children become a far-right movement? I saw an advert here today, before coming here, which read this was a family-friendly event. Family-friendly event. A drag queen show being a family-friendly event. That's an oxymoron. That does not make sense. Those few words should never be used together. Transgenderism is a belief system that is starting to look a lot like a cult. And cults are not good, by the way. They have a corrosive impact because they influence through religious contexts. It is frightening to see, like a cult, the LGBT community Children's Story Hour as a compelling conversion technique for exploiting the vulnerable minds of children. Did you know that the government consensus of 2021 showed that only 3% of the population identify as LGBT? 3%! Does this qualify as a majority? 3% of the population qualify as LGBT. The definition of something being the overwhelming majority means that it has to be over 65%. Can you see how this is ultimately a politicized agenda? The total number of transgenders remains tiny. There is a tiny number of transgender people in our society, but it has moved to mainstream. It's moved to mainstream. Why? Because the people in the positions of power, the people in education, the people in education, the people in social workers, the people in medicine, everyone has backed this ideology. And not only because of local and national government, this is not a majority. So this is going to erode the biology-based rights of individuals, and more importantly, undermine child protection. This expansion of LGBT rights is something we should all fear. It is leading to a frightening growth in the public and private sector of the speech and behavior. Can you imagine? 3% of our country is regulating our language. 3% of the country, and you call this the overwhelming majority. There's a radical misconception here. There's a big problem with people's perception of why we are here today, fighting against your cause.
Shut up, you fat cunt!
We are standing against it. This means that
Look at the fucking statement.
what you guys are doing is a means to justify the end to more sexual molestation of children. What you do in the privacy of your own homes is not something we are concerned with. We don't care what you do in the privacy of your own homes. But you are all here stepping on all moral religious boundaries at schools, and you're establishing a transgender curriculum that goes against basic biology. It goes against the how can you have a transgender curriculum and a biology curriculum at the same time? It doesn't make sense. It contradicts the other. This is one of the biggest causes that connects and bands us together. Everyone from all walks of life. This is a wonderful time for us all to join forces, no matter whether you are Hindu, whether you are Christian, Black, whether you're white, whether you're American, whether you're Chinese, it does not matter. We are all part of a very large cause here. I call people of all faith, whether you are Christian, whether you are Muslim, whether you are part of the Judaism, we can reunite forces here to use our faith to serve as agents of a cultural ethics to motivate each other to work for positive social change. And more importantly, we cannot promote the physical and psychological well-being of children if they are being hijacked by this insane movement. How far is this going to go? How far is this going to go? Not only have you appropriated all the colors of the rainbow, now you're adding baby pink and baby blue. What's next? Are you going to add P for pedophilia? It certainly seems like it, because the United Nations very recently said, they declared that children can consent to sex with adults. The United Nations said this, that children can consent to sex with adults. The International Commission are protecting and they're decriminalizing pedophilia. Is this the road we want to go down? Children do not need to know about homosexual, and you guys all argue about the fact that we tell them about heterosexual stories. They don't need to know about either. They don't need to know about homosexual rights, and they do not need to know about homosexual.
Hetero.
It's just not appropriate for this stage of their life. So the LGBTQ social and political agenda are targeting our children and teenagers because they are the most impressionable. They are living their lives in the most formative years of their lives, and you are trying to indoctrinate them because you thrive. You thrive off of indoctrination. Not logic, not reason, not biology. You guys thrive off of indoctrination. And we keep having events like this, drag story time for kids, which parents are willingly bringing their children to. These events involve men dressed like vulgar women who read LGBTQ themed storybooks in the guise of performing a public service. You're not doing a public service, you're abusing children. And the real agenda is grooming them. You are grooming the next generation. So say it like it is, you are grooming the next generation. And by the way, who makes the most money out of you grooming children? Big Pharma. Because why? It's the children that are going to have surgeries afterwards. And you're promoting a Big Pharma agenda. And parents are not only allowing it, you guys are embracing this. You're embracing it, and not only embracing it, you are encouraging this behavior. The only way we will survive is if we go back to basics. The most basic social unit of civilization. Do you guys know what the basic unit of social civilization is? It's the family. The family is the only system that protects and enshrines the sacredness of the traditional family and religious scripture. This is not a movement to celebrate and highlight all types of personal lifestyle anymore, because it is an overbearing infringement on the 99% of the population. The extreme sexualization of all aspects of our lives. It's a sickness. It is a sickness. It is a sickness, and it will fester. It will fester deep, deep, deep in our children's psyche. And you guys don't care about the fact that your children will grow up with mental illness because you're promoting it. You're literally promoting something that contributes to your children having a mental sickness. So I hope you're proud of yourselves, by the way.
I saw them.
And as a Muslim, I have every right to be part of the 4 million population of this country to say what I want as freely as you guys do. And like my Jewish, Christian brothers and sisters, we honor the laws of God and nature. So however much you persist, there is no way you can overturn biological human nature. There is no way. You can try for centuries and centuries. It's not going to work. Our holy scripture, the Quran, and the edicts of Prophet Muhammad are not based on exclusion. They are not based on exclusion. They are not based on persecution. There is no record in Islam as the Prophet saying, have anyone punished for being homosexual. There is no one in Islam that is being punished for being homosexual. However, it makes sense. It makes sense that in Islam, it says, do you know what it says in Islam? It says that Islam warns that the fabric of society will be ripped apart by any deviant behavior, sexual or otherwise.
Deviants!
There has to be boundaries. The sacred union between man and woman is not an irrational moral code. The authorities are using the transgender ideology as an instrument of this manipulation. And you're all falling for it. You're all falling for it. Individuals in Islam are not identified by their sexuality. There are no words such as straight or gay in Islam.
Slip that into your travel.
Sorry?
Slip that into your travel.
Oh, bless you, thank you so much.
Follow your channel, Max, it's a London thing.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you, actually.
I'll meet you a few times.
No, I wouldn't remember. I meet so many people. Thank you so much.
Imitation of the opposite sex, what you guys are doing with Drag Story Hour, you're deliberately imitating the opposite sex. It's not only forbidden in all religions, it's the absolute extreme of that behavior. We are encouraged to limit and regulate any door. I think any religion, whether you are Christian, whether you're Muslim, whether you're Hindu, every religion forbids temptating yourself that allows you to open the doors to any sort of sexual deviancy. And this extreme form of sexual liberation that you all embrace, and what you call empowerment these days, this is not something to be proud of. This is not something to be proud of. It's something to be ashamed of. But you guys call bravery what should be called lack of shame. And making the world a better place doesn't start with sexually educating our children. It starts with safeguarding them. If parents are okay with bringing their kids to drag story time, what's next? What is next, you guys? Tell me what is next. Are you going to bring your children to play dates to a brothel? Are you going to bring your children to play dates to a strip club? Is that what's next? It may seem shocking and crazy right now, but this is the path you're all going down. Your children should be taken away from you. To be frank, all your children, all of you guys standing there, your children should be taken away if you ask me.